Okay. Guys, you need any break?
No. Where is that? No. Where is the program? You can tell.
Window and close.
Window. Go to window and close this. Okay.
F7.
Then I'll be in a position to write C program myself.
65.
Once you are understanding, I mean, how your program, I mean, can be written. These
Actually,
are
I don't know the format.
uh,
Means whatever you are writing, I can understand that. I mean the flow of the program, but I can't write that myself.
See.
The format.
Here, yesterday, the anatomy of C program will be there. Okay. See, I told actually. See, anatomy of your program will be like. See, if you take this, you have initially include files. Okay, macros, then functions. See, consider this is also. I mean, whatever example I told here above. Okay. This, see, here we have in header files. Then we have some macro here. Okay. Then we have a function with a return statement double and a parameter argument function. This is called actually. So inside main we will have one main function. Then in that we have a variables called. I mean, these are the elements of your program. Okay. So you can define your variables and you can define a function inside that main function, so which can return some value. Okay. And again there should be some arguments, I mean, which is of return type, and you can pass some value to that. So you can initially define inside that function, you can define your local variable. This is int I is a local variable, and you can define that count some counter value. So this is the structure of your program actually. So inside main function you need to write look, you need to define a variables. I mean, declaration and syntax will be there. Declaration and initialization.
By practice only that you know that.
Not practice. That is
Oh,
the
not,
that anatomy of. I mean, see, what is anatomy of my body structure in the sense I have a head. Okay, I have a bone set. I mean, I have two lungs like that. So this is my program. Initially, it will start with the header files.
Yeah.
Okay, as like our human body, I am having a head. Yeah. Then again, what my head includes in the sense nose, like that, the macros will come into picture. What are the substitutions? You see, if I want to breathe something, I need some air. As like that, in my program, if I want to replace some value in the entire program, so I can use something. So that is called a macro. Macros will come into picture, and also you can define some function, which can be used in later of your section of your program. So that function should be either with arguments or without arguments.
I didn't tell about the lifetime of the macros.
No, macros is nothing but, I mean, just replacing. There is no lifetime. Entire program, throughout program, if you want to replace that, if any that symbol, see the times. See, suppose I have 500 lines of code. So wherever it encounters a times, that will be replaced with a 10. For that purpose, we are using hash defined macro. Okay. I will talk about tomorrow. Today I will finish all these storage classes. Yeah, extend and register are very simple. Storage classes, I mean, see, if anyone asks specifically what are the major storage classes, you have to say auto and static. These are the major things. Because registers, next I will come to actually registers. Okay, auto register next. Exactly, whatever, when you suppose right now what I am telling, if I use auto keyword instead of, I mean, in front of any variable, that is become as an auto storage class. If I use a register name, I mean English word register, if I use that in front of int I equal to 0, so that variable is become as a register storage class. But CPU has, I mean, our computer is having very limited registers. Yeah. So if you initialize that variable as a register storage class, but it won't store in register. Okay, because of limited, because that registers is doing some other process. At the time they are busy. So at the time what compiler will do, it will automatically assign it as a auto storage class. This thing you should remember in your mind, because our CPU is having very, I mean, limited register in the sense 8 registers, I guess. I mean, yeah. So I am telling this point is very important. So you defined a register storage class. So my storage will be in a register. If you think like that, that is very bad. So the compiler will understand that the CPU registers are very busy. In order to process your program, what it will do, it will automatically assign your storage class as a auto storage class. That is the thing. So he mentioned specifically in
Actually, the answer will be auto, but we mentioned that register as it is.
So like that it is there. You got it, no? So register storage class, no? So right now auto storage class is over. I mean, two types I explained, no?
Yeah.
Example, how exactly the scope is over. See, second is register. So the scope is storage I told where it is stores in the CPU registers. Got it, no? Default initial value garbage value, because why it is taking garbage value? If if it is not in the case of allocating registers in storage in registers, compiler how it is treating? Auto. What is the initial value of auto? Garbage value. Because of that, it's become as a garbage value.
Yeah.
Got it, no?
It belongs to the, actually it belongs to the auto.
Yes. Got it, right?
Yeah.
Because of that, the initial value is become as a garbage value, and the storage is in CPU registers. And scope is same, local to the block.
Yeah.
Because when register is becoming as auto, so the same principles will apply here. Correct, no? Same thing. See, till the control remains within the block until in which variable is defined, and the local to the block in which the variable is defined is nothing but the scope. These are the similar things. That's why I told these both are finished by one shot. So register int I. So if you consider I equal to 1 to 1 I equal to 1 and I less than or equal to 10, it will print 1 to 10 numbers until and 1 to 9 numbers. Okay.
1 to 9.
Yes. So I will show that also. Okay.
1 to 9.
See, I written make a note when I'm
1 to 10 equal to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 9. Less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to 10.
Yes.
10
yes. 10 it will come. 10 1 to 10 it will print. Yes, because whenever until 10 equal to 10 I am telling you.
Up to 10.
Equal to 10 in sense it will also evaluate for 10.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10 it will print. So now I am talking about, see, if a variable is used at many places in a program, it is better to declare the storage class as a register. See, if I am using some variable, if you are using that variable in so many places, okay, in a program, I will suppose initially register int I equal to 0. Okay, I use that. So not you are not initializing, just register int I. Okay.
What are the variables other than int?
Yeah, that is data types int, char, okay, float to double.
Okay.
These are the data types actually. See, here only it is there. Variable is nothing but a character variable or integer variable or a string or a float or a double. These are the variables. That's why I am telling, no, variables having its own data type. Rather than that, if you leave that part having the data type, we also have storage. So right now you should, the data types and their sizes, where exactly how much is size of memory they will occupy. Character will occupy 1 byte, and it unsigned character also will occupy 1 byte, and int occupies 2 bytes, unsigned int occupies 2 bytes. When it comes to long it will occupy 4 bytes. Float will occupy 4 bytes. Double will occupy 8 bytes. Correct, no? I want to tell you something here. In a where exactly the register storage class will come into picture. Okay, microprocessor is a 16-bit microprocessor. Correct, no? If I use this thing, okay, in a float, float b is equal to some 10. Okay, that cannot be fit into a 10. See, float is equal to 10.8. I will write. Okay, b is a float value. Okay. Okay, auto is over, and comes to now I want to make a little bit see. See, register CPU registers garbage value scope local to the block in which the variable is defined. Okay, till the control remains within the block. Then this is the program actually. So even though we have declared storage class I as a register, okay, so we cannot say for sure that the value of I would be stored in CPU register. I told the memory where it will store exactly CPU registers. So he is telling here, even though we defined the variable as a register storage class, So it won't give guarantee for us. It won't give surety for us. It will store in a CP register. So because I am why I mean he's putting question mark why because the number of CP registers are limited. So they may be busy doing some other task. So what happens in such a event? The variable works as if it is a storage class is auto. Okay, like that. So not every type of variable can be stored in a CP register. And I mean every type I mean will be I mean he's telling you should remember every type whatever we will give you as a register storage class that won't be stored in a CP register. So that is the
But it
thing.
may store also.
Yeah, sometimes
May, but
whenever your register is free, we can store it. Okay, like that. For example, he is told exactly how we can store it. Where the register storage classes will come into picture. I am telling no. Microprocessor is a 16-bit. When we use float, some the value, some 4 will occupy 4 bytes actually. The double will occupy 8 bytes. 1 byte is how many bits? 8 bits.
8.
8 bits. 4 bytes in the sense 32.
32.
32. But microprocessor is how many bits? 16 bit.
16 bit.
So that cannot we cannot declare that.
Yeah.
Correct? No. In that cases we can use storage register storage classes.
Okay.
So see double value which is required I mean float value and R double value which is required 4 and 8 bytes respectively. So however if you use register storage classes for a float or a double variable you won't get error messages. Got it? No. If you didn't mention register in front of that float, okay, it will give error. If you don't want to get any error, you have to use the register storage class. Got it? No. What?
Yes.
Okay. Now you understood? No. This program you want to run it? Register. Okay. Just a minute. A small program, right? Okay. Main.
Yes. Tutuklaron bro.
I equal to 1 or I equal to 10, whatever you can
Okay.
take. Okay. Okay. Then for for loop you can write. I mean because you just remember we will write like this. Okay. I will tell you. I mean why for loop why loop later on. Okay. Int I is equal to 1. Okay. Colon I less than or equal to 10. You want to increment the I value I plus plus. Okay. Then
Die is
yes, yes it's one printed. Right. So printf.
We're using loop.
yeah, for
Yeah.
for
So it's for just for condition check. Loop.
Yes, yes. If you want to do fixed number of iterations, then you will go for while loop. See, I want to run